What do a millennial and a pastor from Gen X have in common? Not much, but they love the Lord and they love life. Join us as Justin and Sam look at the lighter side of Bible, church, and life with Making Light of It. Welcome back to another episode of Making Light of It, episode number 4.
Cuatro.
We went over the rolling R's last time.
Yes.
Very good.
You been practicing? Let me hear it go.
Uno.
With a roll.
Uno. Dos.
You know how to say...
Tres.
Say rodilla.
Cuatro. Say again.
Rodilla.
Rodilla.
I don't know what it is. I know it's a body part. It's appropriate. But pretty sure it's your knee.
That is a great fear, walking into a foreign land. Are you looking it up right now? Yeah, good. Because if we have to do some quick edits, I apologize.
Yeah, it's knee. No, I would never say anything that was wrong.
Okay, good.
I just couldn't tell you which body part it was. But then it sounded bad. I had to look it up. It just... All right.
So... Actually, that's a pretty. So I've spent a lot of time in foreign countries and stuff like that, and you can tell when someone's trying to make you say something inappropriate because you say it and they're like, ah, and they're laughing
smirk.
at you like, what? Yeah. I nailed it.
Do it all the time.
I said that perfect. And they're like, they're all laughing at you like, oh man, these kids.
What did I just call her?
So and then years ago we had a local pastor who was from Uganda. Was it Uganda, Kenya? One of those. And I had him come in during one of our services and pray in his native tongue. Okay. Which I happen to find to be beautiful. Yeah. And I had a leader at the time, someone I trust, to say, you need to be careful about that. I was like, okay, because you don't know what they're saying. I was like, oh, that's
a good point.
Now, it works. I'm sure in this scenario we're fine because I trusted him.
There's a trust
kind of
level,
knew,
yeah.
But that's a good valid point. Like. Talking about theology, just on that end of things. So
yeah,
ever since then, every single time I talk to someone who's like they're in a foreign language, and I wanted to bring them in, like singing your native tongue, or just. Yeah. I'm like, maybe not. Like, I don't need this guy coming back up to me going, well, do you know what they were saying?
That's funny. Even now with like Spanish songs that I listen to and stuff, mm-hmm. I will. Even as a kid, I would purposely I'd look up the lyrics so I could say the words correctly. I could pronunciate it right, but I would see the translation so that I knew what it was saying
so you knew what
in
you're
English. So a lot of songs, even to this day, I still do that. It's like, okay, well, if I'm singing around somebody, you know what you're saying? Is that, well, yeah, I know what I'm saying. Okay. Right. Hey, what's this song talking about? Let me tell you.
It's good. It's good to know. It should be pretty good. Now, I do the same thing with the lingo of today.
Yeah, you got to. You got to stay in tune.
Is this really like what I want to be saying? Like, is this? And you really got to be careful with some things. These kids are messing up the English language.
Dude, first time my daughter said bussin' to me, I'm like, what you call me?
Where are we going?
Yeah, right? I used to be a bus boy.
Right. That's totally fine.
And now that's my favorite way to say it's good. So it's just weird.
So bussin'?
Bussin', dude.
Spell it?
Bussin.
Means?
Outstanding.
Outstanding.
It is great. It's delicious. It's bussin'.
Delicious. So
I just got Chipotle, and they put it in a bowl, and I mixed it together, and it was bussin'.
It was bussin'.
Now, if it's really good, it's bussin'. It's bussin'.
It's not making the language any better. It's not going any easier.
It'll grow on you, though. You hear it enough?
No, it won't.
You got to come back to youth group. Come back to youth group. It'll grow on you.
It is true. I am a few years removed from working with the teens. And even in those few years, it's vaulted, like the things that they're using.
It changes so rapidly.
It does.
New things added all the time.
It's ridiculous. Come on. Let's go. The good old English. Well, maybe not the good old
Maybe not the
English.
good. Yeah, the good old. Maybe not. Maybe 5 years ago was good.
5 years ago was a cutoff.
Yeah, I'd say.
Pre-COVID English.
Pre-COVID English was good. Yeah,
maybe that's what it is. It's COVID that messes all up.
Everybody stayed at home. They forgot how to talk.
Oh, well, there's a controversial topic. Let's move on from there. Okay,
moving forward.
Speaking of old things. All right. So our food for thought for today.
Yes.
All right. There's a lady who was racing. So her name is, I'm looking at my notes here because I don't want to mess this up. Yeah. 2021, Julia Hawkins in Baton Rouge, down in Louisiana. It's called the Louisiana Senior Games. She became the oldest woman to run the 100 meters in an official competition.
Go ahead.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say, even unofficially, she might be one of the oldest women to run the 100 meters. She is 105 years
No
old.
way. That
105
is
years old.
insane.
She ran the 100 meters at a blazing 1 minute and 3 seconds.
Wow. Trying to vision 100 meters in my head, but I know that that's fast, especially at 105 years old.
100 meters. Usain Bolt, who's a world record holder in 2009, ran 100 meters in 9.58 seconds.
Wow.
So
9.5.
so 100 meters is just a little bit longer than a football field, Mayor Rob.
Wow.
I would say
Is
so,
a meter
yes.
longer than a yard?
A little bit.
Okay, so it's a little bit longer than a football field.
Wow.
She took it a minute
That's better than I probably
and
would do.
3 seconds.
In 3 seconds.
I
Wow.
think you could probably pull up. Now the question is, what if Usain Bolt gets to be 105? How fast could he run in?
Probably like 10.2 seconds.
Yeah.
He just shaves
Now-
the second one.
I'm a few years older than you, and I have watched my athleticism decline rapidly over the years. Now, believe it or not, when I was in high school and college, or especially in college, 'cause I actually worked on it. I would be considered a freak athlete.
Yeah.
Like I could dunk, I could do all kinds of crazy dunks, all these fancy things. Not everything you see on TV, but I could do a lot of them.
Yeah.
I had all that going on. It was only a few years out of college where a lot of that stuff started to go by the
Dwindle.
wayside. As you get older, things start to go away. Now, she's 105, and I
could have fathomed.
love to think that if I made it to the ripe old age of 105, which I don't think I want to,
Yeah.
but I think if I was that age, I'd have just enough energy to pour my coffee
Yeah.
and yell at kids to get off my lawn.
100%.
That's
I couldn't.
all.
It's not in my idea frame to think at 105 I would like to run. I'd like to run. I probably won't even want to run.
Well, let's be fair. It took her a minute to go 100
It did. It
meters.
took
So
her a
I don't know
minute.
if we're talking about running here as a brisk
A light run.
walk.
Yeah.
But to do this at 105, she had to have some kind of you can't just get out there and do it. So she probably took care of her. So they asked her. They actually, after the race, now she was the winner for her age category.
Okay.
She was only one in her age category, but whatever it takes to get a
You
medal.
can't lose if you're alone.
She had this advice to give: stay healthy and keep running.
Stay healthy and keep running.
Yeah, I think it's
moving.
brilliant. So if you want to be active when you're 105 years old, then you need to be active when you're 104.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be active when you're 103. You need to be active when you're 102. How long is this podcast? Because I'm going to keep going back down. So I think the advice that she gave us is so much deeper than probably she even intended it
Yeah.
to be. And so I look at it as like someone who's trying to seek and to serve God. And I would give the exact same advice: stay healthy and keep running. That's exactly it. So, and then the question is, well, what does spiritual health look like? What does that look like in our lives? And we could dive into like a whole lot of details, but the real basics. And I love, and I call what I call my Sunday school basics. If you want to develop a deeper relationship with God, here's the Sunday school basics. Because if you ask a kid, what do you need to do to get to know God? They're going to say, read the Bible. They're going to say,
Yeah.
and pray.
And pray. Yep.
What more is there?
Doesn't have to be complex.
Talk to God and let God talk
let
to
God
you.
talk to you.
That's
Yeah.
that's what it is.
100%.
And keep running.
Yep.
Now, it's a little bit more involved because
Definitely.
if you're going to read the word, you should act the word.
Right.
Like build into it.
Right.
But yeah, just stay healthy, read and pray, and keep running. Live righteous is basically the gist of it.
Yeah.
So I don't know what her faith journey is. I'm imagining if you're 105 and you're soon to see God.
You
She's
gotta
probably
be
at least
almost
questioning what's
somewhat
next.
ready, or hopefully she's touching the surface of these things so that she's ready. Yeah.
So when you talk about racing, there is one passage in Scripture you have to,
got to.
and that
default.
comes from 1 Corinthians. You're going to give it to us, right?
1 Corinthians chapter 9, verses 24 through 27, and it reads as follows: Do you not know that in a race all the runners run, but only one receives the prize? So run that you may obtain it. Every athlete exercises self-control in all things. They do it to receive a perishable wreath, but we an imperishable. So I do not run aimlessly. I do not box as one beating the air, but I discipline my body and keep it under control, lest after preaching to others, I find myself should be disqualified.
So I think run back to verse 24. It says, do you not know that all in a race. Now, back in the time when he's writing this, like there were competitions left and
Yeah.
right, and running was a big one.
Big thing.
Part, like they competed in the nude. I'm glad that those days are gone.
Lightweight.
It's
know,
like,
for
no
most people, I'm
hindrances,
sure.
ready to
Yeah,
go.
there's nothing stopping you.
So this is a point of reference that everyone will understand. Yeah, if you're going to get in that race, everyone's trying to win. And I love the phrase, "So run that you may obtain it."
Right.
Like we're
Run
not
with a
in
goal.
this thing just to be in it.
Right.
We're in it to win it.
Yeah.
Like we'll go after it. Listen, I'm from the pre-participation trophy generation.
Same.
If you want a trophy, you got to go get it.
You got to work for it.
You got to do it.
You don't just get it.
No, I remember coaching my son's team when he was 4 years old, 4 or 5-year-old soccer. Now, Mayor Rob is a participation trophy.
Definitely has
generation.
at least
Yeah.
one at his house
He's
right now.
probably got a few of them
Yeah.
hanging over his mantle. I know what his house looks like. So I remember the soccer team. He's a poor guy.
We love you, Rob.
You guys too.
We love your participation.
Yeah, Thank you for participating in this. It might be the last time if we keep this up. My son's 4-year-old soccer team. Everyone got trophies, and these kids acted like
You're on top of the world.
I was their coach. We didn't win nothing.
Nothing.
We didn't win nothing. We barely scored. We had a good time, and we got orange slices at the end of it.
Oh, orange slices.
But
Nice.
yeah, so like this Christian life, and I love it. Like, we don't run aimlessly. We don't box as one box. Like,
Yeah.
be intentional. Be like, if you're gonna do it, stay healthy and keep running. Like, stay in the Word. Keep moving.
Takes
Towards,
the work as an athlete. It it takes habits. You have to have those. Here, speaking spiritually, you have to have those spiritual habits in place, which we're talking about in the youth group. We've been kind of circling around this verse a lot. In speaking of spiritual habits with the youth group, one is H is having time hanging out with God, spending time with God. A is having accountable friendships that are accountable spiritually, where they can keep you aligned with the Word and kind of call you out if you're doing something wrong or not living accordingly. Having those spiritual habits helps you run the race spiritually. Same thing with sports. If you're practicing to box, you're working out, you're sweating, you're putting in the work. The gym, baseball. As a baseball player, I was throwing bands. I would use bands and cans. We would have tennis ball cans filled with sand. And I would just be acting like I'm throwing a ball, but it's just, again, it looks like this is just ridiculous. This is stupid. This is doing nothing. But it did
You're
something,
building up, right.
It built me up. Band, same thing. So those things that seem like, oh, that's elementary, or that doesn't seem like it's doing much. If you consistently do it and you make it a habit, you're going to see the strength at the end of the day, spiritually and physically.
Have you ever heard the phrase "practice makes perfect"?
Yes.
So, what's your opinion on that?
It doesn't, because I've not become perfect and I've practiced.
Okay, so I'm glad you said that. And here's the deal: practice does not make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect.
yeah.
Actually, what you practice is what you get is the results of what you get out of it.
Yeah.
So if you practice bad habits, you become good at bad habits. So like when I hear this phrase, and I know it's kind of breaking up more more recently, like I'm hearing it less and less because I think people are getting it. Like, yeah, I could practice all day long, but if you don't practice the right things, you don't put into practice the right things, you don't develop the right habits, you're going.
It's in vain. It's in vain. Like he says, I don't box as one beating the air. I'm not just going with just taking a shot in the wind. No, I'm doing it with purpose. I'm doing it to actually beat somebody up. Not to just swing at the air.
We're spiritually coming at you.
We're in this. It's a spiritual battle, and we gotta be able to fight it. We gotta be able to fight these things that will keep us from doing this.
Yeah, I mean 1,000%. And to kind of put a little cap on it, I said, look, keep pursuing God, keep going after that. And now we talk about like perfect practice makes perfect. No one, like the ultimate pursuant for us is to be like Christ.
Yeah.
That's our ultimate goal.
Yep.
And I have yet to meet someone who's gotten there.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's a never-ending process. That's until we're there with him.
Because
we are not going to be anywhere near
make
it.
mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake. Like it's a perpetual like realization that I cannot be what I'm trying to be.
Yep.
But don't give up.
Yep.
Don't give up. keep going.
When you realize that and you surrender to Christ, you allow Him to change you, and you wind up changing in ways you couldn't have done it in your own mind, your own self. There's nothing in our flesh that wants us necessarily to change. It's got to be the Spirit of God in us that's changing us. It's sanctifying us. It's making us more into Him.
We can go on about like the new creation and all that, but like here's the bottom line: if Julia Hawkins, our 105-year-old Baton Rouge 100-meter runner, if she's racing against Usain Bolt, like he's the pinnacle of what 100 meters racing is, she will never obtain.
Never.
It's a little late for that.
Sorry, Grandma. It's not happening.
Great.
You're older than Usain. You're winning there in age.
So, but she finished. She kept going.
Yeah.
And that's the ultimate thing. And like she had a goal, she attained it. Now, my guess is I'm going to go out on a limb and say like this was the 2021 senior games.
Yeah.
That the 2020 games she probably participated in. And I have no idea if she participated in 2022. We're not gonna speculate on what might have happened. The world
may never know.
Yeah, someone knows, but we do not know. So it's one of those. We got to keep the faith, keep going, and just do what Sunday school says.
Yeah. Read
your Bible, act on your Bible too. I'm a big proponent of that, and pray.
And hey, are you going to be perfect at it?
No.
Are you is every day going to be the best day of following those action steps in your life? No. But when you realize it, get back on track.
Yeah.
Which first you don't succeed, pick yourself up and try again.
You learn from your mistakes.
Keep going. You don't just say, "Oh, I failed. I'm not worth it anymore. God doesn't love me because this, and that. I didn't read." No. He loves you regardless. He loves you when you don't read.
I use this illustration a lot, especially when I'm like I was training people. I say, "Hey, we're going to the top of the tower. We're going to the 10th floor. The 7th floor we slip. Do we just stop, give up, and go back down? No. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and continue on the journey. We're all going to slip. We're all going to make mistakes, but we want to keep moving on.
100%.
All right, think we beat that one.
Definitely.
Congratulations go out to Julia Hawkins. For her blazing speed in the senior games.
We love you.
And then we also learned that Justin thinks that 1 minute and 3 seconds is a good time.
Dude,
frame.
I think
I had no idea what 100 meters was. Like your mind just couldn't click on it.
I can't visualize it. I just can't visualize it.
If you
give me yards, I could visualize the football field and boom. But then you're asking me now when we're talking meters, I have to I have to change it. It's kind of like, going from fraction to decimal. It just doesn't work in my head.
Because we're Americans.
Yeah.
We're born in America. We grew up in. Wait, you were born in America. Yeah, you were born.
I was born. Yeah. Oh, my dad always. Hey, you're an American, not American. So you can do this.
That's
you're an American.
All right, Mayor Rob. What's the next topic?
Oh, it is your soapbox time.
Soapbox.
Soapbox. What's that mean?
Soapbox.
Soapbox is you get on something that you want to talk about and you speak your mind.
All right. What am I talking about today?
Speak your mind, Sam.
Going to be talking about shopping carts.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
yes.
I'd like to see where this goes. Where is this going to go?
So, shopping carts. Put your cart away. This is one of my great pet peeves in life. Put your cart away. I am tired of trying to pull up into a parking space and I turn and there's 2 cars there. I get in there and I go to pull in and there's a shopping cart there.
Yeah.
Put your cart away. Now, speaking of England, do you know what they call shopping carts in England?
The buggies, right?
Buggies.
Yes.
And it buggies me when someone does not put their shopping cart away. You pull into like BJ's or ShopRite and the carts are all, and listen, people have 1,000 different excuses. They're in a hurry, they're raining, whatever it is, they have all kinds of things. And listen, I happen to think, and some people, you have a valid excuse. I get it, I understand, but I'm talking for the majority of people. You don't put your cart away. I think you're being selfish. How hard is it to take that cart and spend the extra 30 seconds to walk on down and slide it into the cart return that is literally 10 parking spaces away? 10 parking spaces. That's all I'm asking you to do. Go that far away. And don't let someone else do it. Like, there's employees there. Why should they have to walk all the way around to collect the carts? Why should you have to stop, get out of your car, move a cart out of the way so you can pull into the parking spot? In fact, don't just put your cart away, but look to help someone else put their cart away. If they're disabled, elderly, or they got crying kids in the car. Listen, this is probably one of the most unselfish acts that a person can do is put your own cart away. Yeah. It's that simple. It's a small step of discipline. It's discipline. And like extending yourself, like it is a very unselfish act to put your cart away. Never mind the dinks and dents it's going to put in cars, like just strewn all over the place. Have you seen a shopping cart caught up in the wind?
Yeah, I have.
They have no brakes.
None.
They just go. How about this? Listen, I understand. You're there, you're in your car, and the kid is screaming, and you just put everything in there, and you're there. There's an empty parking spot next to you. You can leave the cart right there. Kid screaming, but it's 10. Go 10 parking spaces away. Put it in the receptacle. Here's the bonus: if the kid is screaming, then people are going to actually see you putting your cart away because the kid's going to draw attention to it, and now everyone's going to start putting their carts away because hey, if that mother, if that father can put a cart away with that kid screaming her head off, then I can do it too. And this world would be a much better place if you would put your cart away. And I happen to know for a fact that you put your carts away now that we talked about it.
I struggle.
Spiritual discipline. This is spiritual. Put your carts away. And I got kids. Doesn't matter. Take them with you. Show them how you put a cart away. And quite frankly, if they're young, they want to push the cart anyways. Let them push the cart away. Put it in the little. There's a great design in carts where one will slide into the other one. It slides right in. You can fit like 20 of them in the space of 2. Someone did a great job putting these. I need to step off.
Maybe some people just think that they inconveniently located the cart station.
Oh, so they conveniently put a cart in there, which is inconvenient for 99% of the population going there. That's right. So your 1% convenience is inconveniencing 99%.
Have you ever pulled into a parking spot and just like, you know what? I'm not moving. I'm just going to bump it with my car real quick.
So I have a guard on the front of my truck. Yeah, I might have done that before.
Utilize that bad boy.
I might have done that. And you know what I did with that cart? I put it away.
Yeah, put it away for that person. You're a good. You know what?
Put it away.
You're an outstanding person.
I am a good, outstanding person, if anything, because I put my carts away.
I've seen there's this guy on Instagram, Facebook, whatever, and his life mission is waiting in parking lots, catching people leave their cart by their car, and then make them feel bad about it. He's like, are you really doing this right now? Ma'am, do you know that?
My hero.
And ever since I've seen that guy, like, you're convinced. Every time I have a shopping cart on my fingertips, you're in my head. When I'm walking back, you're in my. Now, sometimes I'm not gonna lie, I do disobey. But
oh my goodness!
But for the majority of the time, you have changed my life with
this. Okay. And how long does it take to put a cart away? Generally.
It depends on the conditions.
30 seconds?
Probably.
30 seconds?
Depends where you park at, too.
What happens in life where 30 seconds is too much? 30 seconds is half of that lady's race.
That is a very good point.
She can run 100 meters in the time it takes you to put your cart away.
I'm going to have her put my cart back for me now. It's like, here's your practice. Here you go.
It's just too much.
I'll buckle the kids in.
Oh, my goodness. All right. Well,
wow, that was intense. I'm sweating.
It was intense. It was not meant to start out that intense.
I felt like, I don't know, you were just like hammering it down there.
Hey.
I'm convicted, dude. I feel I want to go to ShopRite right after this and start putting carts back. Yeah. The guy's probably going to get mad at me. Well, he probably won't. He'll probably be like, yo, dude.
I know. He'd be like,
I got to do nothing tonight, man.
Yo, I don't, Target. Target has the little machine where they'll line up all the carts.
Yeah.
And then they have a little thing that just pushes the guy walking behind. Now, tell me that's not. I mean, that's got to be a little fun.
One of these places, all they have is a strap, so it's like a strap from the front or the back all the way to the front, and he's just hauling it over his shoulder.
Knowing full well he's going to have back problems in a couple years.
Target.
Start pulling. You would happen to know that their cart collection system over at Target is spectacularly much better than what you're doing right now.
End of things.
They have a great cart collection product.
By the way, you can get Starbucks after you put those carts back. So
there you go.
Right there.
Well,
win-win.
Chances are you have. That might be people's excuse. Well, I just got this coffee. It's too hot. I already just came out of Target with my Starbucks, and so I can't put the cart away with my coffee. It's too hot for you to drink anyways. Put the cart away.
Or just put it in the cup holder because they come with cup holders.
Bonus. Have you ever done this? Left something in the cart and forgot to put it in your car?
Yes, a candle specifically. I was
Okay.
so mad.
So what if you put that card away? More opportunity to double check your work.
When I did put the card away, I forgot that I left the candle
was
in
your-
there.
oh, so you doubled-
And I did go back, and somebody definitely benefited off of that candle.
Right. It was a selfless act on your part.
Somebody else got two glad candles.
You're really attached to this candle.
Yeah, I'm a candle connoisseur. I love candles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite candle?
Meaning like brand or scent.
You tell me. I
I've
already surpassed my knowledge of candles. I know they have smells. I wasn't going down the brand road.
Yankee Candle obviously is one of the top. Woodwick is pretty good too. I like the ones with the specific woodwick.
Woodwick
and
actually
they
has a
kinda
woodwick.
crackle,
That
you know
does,
what I mean?
I do like that sound.
I like
but
the crackle
you're also
sound.
thinking to yourself, is something happening?
Yeah, what is going
Is
on?
it just the candle burning right now? Or something else can happen? So every time you hear the little snap, crackle, pop, you're like, oh, wait, my house is made of wood.
So, yeah, something's gonna happen here.
Okay.
Those are two good brands.
Those are your brands.
Scent wise, I'm
Smells.
open to smells. I like vanilla-y or apple-y or cinnamon-y type of smells.
Okay.
But I also like. Oh man, when I was a kid, my mom used to have this body wash, and it's sweet pea, but it's something similar to that. Not
Sweet-
pea, not PEE, PEA, sweet PEA.
Just going to put this out there. At no point in time did I think that there's a candle with sweet.
If you're watching, you might understand.
Sweet
I was looking at his face
I
while
know.
I'm telling him.
I'm thinking sweet pea. Like, who wants something that smells like pea, the vegetable? The
See,
vegetable.
I'm thinking-
I went straight to the vegetable. And I'm thinking to myself, that's not a great smell. I don't like that smell. Now, to be fair, the PEE, I don't like that smell either.
Not a good smell.
I wouldn't want that in the
Would
candle
not-
either.
I don't know
Not
what
at all.
sweet version of it
I
smells
don't.
like.
I
but-
mean, maybe we drank a lot of Pepsi beforehand. No idea.
Yellow.
To be fair, I was not thinking.
I just needed to make sure before it got there, so I got ahead of myself.
You
there.
got way ahead of yourself.
Sweet pea, I don't. It's just a very Next,
it's like enough.
it smells very good. It's a
So-
good smell. I like the sweet smells.
On that, so
Like
you said
lavender
like your
type
mom has that smell kind of going,
Yeah.
and like science, smells are one of the direct links to memories. So
That's
I
right.
get
Yeah,
that.
100%.
I get that.
As
So-
a kid, my mom's a candle connoisseur. She always had candles going as a kid. It's just
So
the
those
vibe
smells kind of
stuck with me.
give you the warm fuzzies on the inside.
Never
there.
forget sweet pea.
That. I'm gonna spend the rest of the night trying to forget about the sweet pea. I think that I'm having a hard time trying to figure out what the vegetable smells like, and we're just gonna. That's enough of that. That's all right. So let's fall back and what I know what I learned. And I learned that there are certain candles out there that I don't think need to be made,
Not at all.
And that's what you think that I think that candles smell like. What did you learn?
You know nothing about candles.
I know nothing about candles.
I'm gonna buy you a candle. I'm gonna
I know-
start. It's gonna be a habit now.
I know
I'm
they
just gonna buy you
burn them.
gifts.
I know they burn them. Listen, I do like actually the like the cinnamon or a like winter, like those winter kind of smells that
Yeah,
come around.
definitely.
So I'm into that, but we do less candles and more of the air things, the
plugins?
the essential oils and stuff
Okay, I like
that.
the plugins too. They go fast.
Yeah.
So do candles because I burn them every day. So I guess it's you can't win,
They can't. What a gimmick candles are,
dude. Who would
Buy
have
this,
thought?
destroy it, and then come
And
buy
then,
another
and then
one.
buy another one. It's just destroy. I never thought about.
It's
destroy.
like
Let 'em melt.
It.
I got vanilla cupcakes right now at my house.
There is a
It smells
story
so
out
good.
there. I know we're going way over time, but there's a story out there about a guy who, like, speaking of burning things, had purchased cigars and purchased fire insurance on the cigars.
So he
Yeah, so after he used the cigar, he would file a complaint.
get insurance on
He got fired.
cigars.
So then the
genius.
company turned around. So as he's filing a complaint, they turned around and charged him with arson for burning these things that were insured.
Oh snap!
Great story.
That
great
backfired
story.
on him there.
Robert,
It was
did you,
good while it
did you
lasted.
learn anything real today?
Real.
I learned that if a 105-year-old woman can run, I can get back to that shopping cart.
That's it. Yeah,
That's
facts,
it.
facts.
That's it. 105. I love that. That's the moral of the story. The moral of
She
the
can
story
do
is
it, so can you.
if she can run 100 meters at 105, you can put a cart away.
100%.
That's enough.
No
That's another
excuses.
episode of Making Light of It. I'm Sam.
I'm Justin.
God bless. Thanks for listening to another episode of Making Light of It. Please connect with us on Instagram and Facebook. You can find the links in the description of this episode. We would love to hear from you. Please feel free to email us at makinglightofitpod@gmail.com. And remember to like, share, or subscribe so you'll be notified when the next podcast is uploaded. Thank you, and as always, God bless.